Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Happy Cinco de Drinko, everyone. Yeah, it is not May 5th as you're listening to this, but it sure as hell is as we record it. It is Cinco de Mayo, better known as Heather. I don't know what the hell her name is. Sunny the Sunflower's birthday. I don't know. My sister's birthday. She's what, 45? I don't know, something like that. Anyways, Real Film Nerds episode number 422. We're here to talk about the second of, I think, 4 Marvel Cinematic Universe films of 2025. Everyone keeps saying this is the one that is going to reset everything and bring people back to the theaters and bring people back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The question is if Mysterious Mike Talent looked up the box office numbers to see if that's true. Michael Talent, how are you?
I'm good, Matt. I'm good. I did look up the numbers. It was okay for a MCU movie, but I guess the reviews are quite good, so there's still hope that it could be the savior of the MCU.
But are people going back to the theaters, Mike?
I don't know, man. I'm not sure. When I pulled into the theater to watch this movie on a Thursday night, I was a little bit surprised because it was not that full. Often I can tell how well the movie's going to do just from how well attended it is on Thursday night preview night. And if it's like slam packed and I can't find parking, they're going to have a great opening. I was able to easily find parking.
So what you're saying is that the 100% tariffs for films that are going on from here on out outside of the United States is not going to have any impact on people going to the theaters at all, like I've discussed with my mom.
Oh, I didn't even realize that tariffs were on the movie theater stuff. So yeah, no, that seems kind of bad. Everybody loves to spend like $85 to get the ticket and then $200 for the popcorn. So yeah, no, I think that'll work out well.
Oh, I'm guessing you didn't hear the news today. Yeah, that was the Cinco de Mayo news on tariffs from Mr. Donald J. Trump is how movies that are going to be made outside of the United States of America will have 100% tariffs on them.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fun. That really helps the industry, I think. No.
Doggone it. No more going to Italy or Venice or, Oh, well.
And Ma Hinshaw, there she is.
Yes, here I am, folks.
So, yeah, I don't mean to start off topic right off the bat, but it doesn't make any sense when the movies industry is struggling enough as it is, and now you're going to give us all tariffs for a struggling industry. I mean, dude, Netflix stock should be going through the freaking roof then.
Oh, yeah? Did you pick up some?
I did not. It is still over $1,000 a share, which is insane.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, just because it's $1,000 a share, you can't look at it for the individual share price, or I don't.
I can, because I don't have that kind of money to buy shares, Mike.
All right.
I mean, think about it. $5,000 is 5 shares. So it goes up like $10. That's $50.
Yeah, man.
It's not enough. That's not enough.
All right.
Right, Ma? What's your dealings with financial advice when it comes to stocks?
I don't have any. I mean, I just have a person that does the stocks and I kind of don't watch it so that I won't get upset. That's it.
Good strategy.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, I don't even think you have stocks, Mom. I think you're in a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA or something like that, right?
Well, I have an IRA where they invest part of it and then the other is like safe stuff or something. I'm not very technical. No.
Ma Henshaw just says monies.
That's it.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yep.
I guess we better talk about Is it the second of 4 this year, or are there?
I don't know if there's 4 or if there's 3. I wasn't sure, man. Do you know what the next one is?
I know there's at least 3 because what's coming in the fall? There's something coming in the fall.
Okay.
I don't think it's another Spider-Man. It's something.
All right.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
I heard something good on the news, though. Don't remember which news, but they said the movie came in number 1 at $76 million or something. The
That's
first
right.
day they
Yep.
came out. No.
Yeah, it did come in number 1 at $76 million, which is, I think, on par of what they were expecting for the low end. They probably would have liked to break the 100 million, but it did not do that. But the reviews of the movie are quite positive, so we'll see if this movie's got some legs on it. Like Sinners, man. That movie's killing it. Like, I never thought when we watched that movie that it would be doing so well still. Like, it's number 2, and it only dropped a little bit. I think it's like at 32 million for its third week out. So it's doing great. That movie is making a lot of money.
So I believe there's only one more MCU film left in 2025, at least that's not on a streaming service, because there's TV shows and stuff coming out on the streaming service. And that is the highly anticipated Fantastic Four, which comes out July 25th.
Oh, so that's in the summer then, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I thought there was a 4th one after that, but no, that's going to be highly anticipated. I forgot that was one of the things at the end of this film, Thunderbolts. But anyways, I guess we should start talking about the movie, Mike. So why don't you break down Thunderbolts?
All right, Thunderbolts.
Asterisk.
Oh, yes, with an asterisk. I don't know. Is there another Thunderbolts movie or something?
I will explain the asterisks when we get into spoilers, Mike.
All right. Thanks, man. Thanks. This is directed by Jake Schreier. Is written by Eric Parson, Joanna Kahlo, Kirk Bezick was the creator, Mark Bangley, Stan Lee, and Jack Kirby. And this movie starring Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, Julie Louis-Dreyfus, Louis Pullman, David Harbour, Wyatt Russell, Hannah John Carmen. And after finding themselves ensnared in a death trap, an unconventional team of anti-heroes must embark on a dangerous mission that will force them to confront the darkest corners of their past.
Okay, who's going first?
All right, I'm gonna go. My first impressions were, I liked the movie, Matt. I liked some of the humor and things. I didn't think it was too over the top, like sometimes could be in some of the movies. But also at the same time, this movie is really dark. Like it's pretty depressing movie. Like, I don't know, just a lot of our characters are going through things, and well, without spoiling it, you get to see some of, like, well, exactly what they're going through, or some of their things, and that was a little bit surprising. So this movie's, I don't know, it's not a chipper, happy superhero movie, I guess, so that was different. I didn't know that it was going to be like that, because the trailers, just action and a couple one-liners in the trailer. So that was different. I liked it. It was just different.
Different good or different bad?
I think it was different good. It's just it was pretty heavy. Like sometimes I just want to go watch these superhero movies and like just eat some popcorn and then just kick back. And this one was like a little bit like, oh, this is a little bit sad. So I don't know. It's a,
So was this better or worse than Captain America with Harrison Ford that came out in March?
I guess this is probably better. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what they called that Captain America.
What did they
Because they
call
changed
it?
the name on it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, well, no, they changed the name during production because they thought it incited too much like Trump. Brave New World. That's
Brave
what
New
it's
World,
called.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, it was something. It was New World Order, I think, was what it was originally, and everybody thought it was too akin to like Trump and Nazism and overthrowing the government and all that stuff. So they changed the to Brave New World.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I think this was a little better than that, although that wasn't a bad movie, honestly.
No, I didn't think it was terrible. I think this is. I agree. I think Thunderbolts is better. I don't think it's dramatically better like what most of the critics are saying, and the people on Rotten Tomatoes are saying. But no one wants to hear from me. Everybody wants to hear from the true celebrity of the Real Film Nerds podcast, our most recent member, even though she has not been here for 422 episodes like you and I, Mike. Ma Hinshaw, what do you think of Thunderbolts asterisk?
Well, I liked it. I thought it was very interesting that it the people talked about problems they had, emotional feelings they had, like usually you wouldn't think of a superhero movie doing that, and yet there was a lot of that in this movie. And you'll find out at the end, or it's spoilers or whatever. But what was she? She was Black Widow, Florence.
Well,
she
she's
was
technically White Widow.
White Widow. Okay. Well, White Widow. Well, anyhow, yeah, she starts out with, I want a different job, and kind of her issues with that and not enjoying what she was doing anymore and stuff like that. And yeah, I thought that was interesting, and I thought it was a good movie. It's just different than the one with Harrison Ford. It's to me, it's quite different, but it was still good and very interesting, and some really creative what do you want to call it, mean stuff that is done to them. You would never think of that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how are they going to get out of this? Even though they had superpowers and everything, it was still very difficult for them. And what was the name of Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character?
Valentina.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Valentina
Allegra
de Fontaine. She's
Valentina,
a very famous
yeah.
character in the comic books.
She was really vicious. She was something else, and I thought Julie really nailed it. That she was really, really good. Yeah. So I found the movie quite good. Very entertaining. Even though I've not read the comics, I have seen Avenger movies. Like I saw the last one, and I've seen others that I probably don't remember because I'm old. But anyway, yeah, and I enjoyed. Oh gosh, David. He played what, Red or the Red or something like that.
Alexi.
I like
David Harbour is Red Guardian.
Right, Red Guardian. Okay, I really liked his character. I thought he was good, and I liked him, and he was funny in spots, and that was very good. Yeah. And the cinematography, I thought that was kind of crazy. Yeah. But I don't want to give away a lot of it, but I thought it was crazy, and I thought Florence was courageous for doing some of the stuff she did. Woo.
Ma, I usually give
So
away way too much. That's what you do.
I know I'm bad. I don't want to do that. I'm trying to be a good girl, woman, person, old fart, whatever. Okay?
All right.
Okay. So
Cool.
is that all that you want to discuss, Ma and Mike? Can we move on to beverages?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, let's move on to beverages. Yes.
Yeah, Matt,
If any of you is drinking something other than a margarita, I'm going to be shamed.
It's true. It's true. Matt, are you drinking a margarita? Margarita?
I don't know, Mike. Why don't you ask me?
Oh, so yeah, Matt, what are you drinking this fine morning, evening, afternoon?
Well, Mike, thank you for asking. It is Cinco de Drinko, so I'm drinking a margarita on the rocks, no salt.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Fine, Mike. You're not going to tell me what you're drinking. I'm going to ask my ma.
Oh, okay.
Ma,
Yep.
are you getting shit faced over there?
No, actually, but I did bring part of my margarita home, and I did have a huge margarita on the rocks with no salt because I don't like the salt. But anyway, and it was yummy good. And I had some left and I kind of brought it home. Shh, don't tell anybody. Okay.
$5 says Mike's drinking an IPA, even though it's Cinco de Drinko.
No. I'm doing a margarita. I like a good margarita on the rocks. I definitely don't like the sweet and sour mix. So I like a margarita that just has like the was it lime
juice?
Yeah, the lime juice margaritas is my jam.
Well,
And
get a Cantarito.
what is a Cantarito?
It's like a margarita, except for instead of sweet and sour, they use squirt.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's very tasty. Oh, yes.
Yeah, that might
triple sec, tequila, a little splash of orange, squirt, and tahini instead of salt.
Oh, okay.
And it's served in a pot.
All right. Yeah. No, I don't like the salt. I think I don't know why it's on there. That's my opinion. But anyway, yeah, good margarita. Love it.
All righty. Well, we're all getting drunk and enjoying Cinco de Drinko.
We're happy Cincoing. Yes.
So, Mike, I will have Ma Hinshaw ask this, but hopefully it's on brand. And for the holiday, I don't know. We'll see. Ma, let's see if you ask it. I hope you've gotten it down. You still keep saying it wrong, but it's fine. You know, it's.
I'm going to say it wrong every time.
I think you do it on purpose because you're mean.
No, I don't.
Okay, well, do your job then.
All right, Mike. What is your incredible dad joke for this week?
I got dad jokes. I don't think they understand, though. Gotta think I'm funny. Other people never laugh, though. Dad jokes.
All right. Yeah, no, it's not on brand, man. What do you call a place where parrots make films? Oh, well, maybe it's kind of on brand.
Where parrots like the bird or parents?
Parrots like the bird.
The Caribbean?
No, it's Pollywood.
Hollywood.
Oh.
So stay with me, Matt. Parrot heads are what?
Jimmy Buffett fans?
Yeah, and what do they drink?
Margaritas. Okay.
There we go.
All right. There's the tie-in.
Oh.
That was almost as bad as the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but it was close.
Wow. That hurt, but that was fun.
Yeah, see, look, I did it. Yay.
Good job. Go, Mike. Woo! And so last question of the podcast does not need to be asked because this is a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. So see ya. What should the replacement question be? I don't know. We don't need a replacement question. We'll just go right into spoilers. So if you don't want Thunderbolts asterisk, to be spoiled, or maybe some of the comics. I don't know. I'll talk a little bit about it, but not too much. Go ahead and tune off and go listen to some music or watch Star Wars, because yesterday was the one and only holiday that should ever exist in the galaxy. National Star Wars Day. Even though it should not be May 4th, I have to succumb to celebrating it on May 4th because everybody and their mom does. When we all know the real Star Wars Day is May 25th.
Ah, okay. When is the conference? Is that on May 25th? Isn't there like a Star Wars conference?
No,
Like
they have Star Wars Celebration already happened a few weeks ago in Japan.
Oh, okay.
Amazing.
The Star Wars Celebration. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they've had them all over the place. Next year, I think it's either next year or 2 years from now. They're doing it in LA, which is going to be a really big one. But they've done it several times in the States, but they try and rotate it around the world. And this was the first one in Japan, and they even had a very special 6-inch Black Series figure that I collect that was released tied to Japan, which actually was tied to a comic book that was released earlier this year. It was very Japanese samurai kind of stuff, and of course I had to have it. So that was difficult to get, but that is one of those ones that'll be worth something someday, I hope.
Oh, all right.
Even
Cool.
came in like a neat little box. I'm very Japanese themed all the way around. Not just the character and the droid that came with it, but the actual packaging and everything is pretty wild. Anyways, I'll get back off topic, even though I would sit here and talk about Star Wars all day long. So we are now in the spoiler section. So Mike, do you have questions that you want me to spoil, or would you like to start spoiling, or
Matt,
how would you like to spoil? I don't know. What do you want to do?
Matt, were you disappointed you didn't get to see Florence Pugh topless again, like in Oppenheimer?
Of course. But this is an MCU movie. I mean, dude, she basically is practically topless whenever she does any of the award shows. I don't know if you've seen that. Like, her dress is basically completely see-through.
Oh,
from the
yeah?
waist
No.
up. Oh, it's nice.
Well, she should be your favorite actress, but I
Nope.
know ScarJo still is.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
You need to leave my girl alone. But I mean, I'd take Florence Pugh. I think she's still single. She's just really young. I think she's still in her 20s.
She probably is. Yeah, I think she is young.
Here, let me click on this.
Oh, no. 96. Wow.
Yeah, dude, I was in high school in 96.
Yeah. Yeah, so was I, dude.
Yeah, I know. We're old, Mike. But you have already, soiled your royal oats and gotten married and moved on. I've not even gotten anywhere near that because I've been poor this whole time.
Yeah, time to get soiling, Matt.
No, I'm giving up. We all know that. And everyone hates it, but I'm going to say it again. Done for life. And I
Hey,
have
what's
to say
wrong with a
dating-
20-year-old?
I have to say dating across the board, because if I say I'm done with women, that's very bad. And people really misinterpret that one.
Yeah, you better not say that, because I know it's not true. Mm-hmm.
Matt, you're just
Okay.
waiting for your sex bot, huh?
Yeah, dude, I'm waiting for my companion. I'll get a Florence Pugh companion. It'll be great. Ma will have her David Mimosa companion. I'll have my
Yep,
Florence
there.
Pugh companion. And Mike, you'll have your Emily Blunt companion.
You mean Jason Mimosa, right?
Yeah,
Oh, did I say it
Jason
wrong?
Momoa.
You said David Mimosa. I think you were
Sorry,
thinking
it's because I'm
David
looking
Harbour.
at David Harbour on the IMDb. Yeah, Jason Mimosa. Sorry. Well, maybe that would work for Ma. She likes David Harbour too, so she could have a
Oh, I do.
combination Mimosa and David Harbour in
Mm.
one. So he'll be like, she pushes a button and he turns like his 6-pack abs go away and turn in a little bit of a gut and a beard.
I love it. Whee!
Oh, man.
Okay, all right. So I know both of you have questions, comments, concerns. I'll just start it off with saying the best scene in this whole freaking movie was Winter Soldier making his appearance and just decimating everything. That was so much fun. That was awesome. He's such a badass.
Oh, yeah. No, he is.
Mhm.
He's I this is random, Matt, but I thought it was really funny when he put his arm in the dishwasher.
Oh yeah. He's got to keep it clean. Got to keep it clean.
Yeah.
That was in the trailer, but yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it's still fun, man. I loved it. No, he is a badass, of course. So, it was, random when David Harbour characters coming to rescue or whatever.
The Red Guardian. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Red Guardian. He's coming to rescue, and he's like super, super, super duper late.
Oh yeah, that was really funny. He drove the whole way in a limousine.
Yeah,
and the old gross Lincoln that he had. Oh, that whole thing was great. Like, that's the one complaint I have about Thunderbolts, is that I wish there was more humor in it. And the reviewers kept saying, "Oh, it's just as funny as Guardians." On that, I was like, "Nah, it wasn't. It was funny."
Mhm.
And David Harbour brought a lot of that humor, especially as Red Guardian, and his love and infatuation with other characters in the film. But it really didn't start getting funny until he was like in the movie, like big time. It was quite serious until then, and then it got real serious again. But everyone's saying that it's as funny as Guardians is. I didn't see it. It had great
No.
moments, but it's not as funny as Guardians.
Oh, no, it's not as funny as Guardians at all. Like, I mean, it's fine, but Guardians was really funny and like lots of just perfect timing jokes. I feel like this one didn't have as many humorous characters, like David Harbour's the one who's doing most of the joking.
Oh, Bob was pretty solid.
Well, so Bob was a little bit, yeah, but like it was more at his expense,
Yeah. Well, why are you hating on Bob, Mike? What did Bob ever do to you?
Well, nothing. But, yeah. So,
And Mike, Bob was played by a Hollywood royalty.
Yeah, he was by Bill Pullman's son.
Yeah, Louis James Pullman. Which, interesting tidbit of information. What was the name of his character in Top Gun Maverick, Mike?
I don't know, Bill.
Nope, Bob. He played
Really?
Lieutenant Robert Bob Floyd.
Oh, okay. So even his call sign was Bob?
Yep. You remember the scene in Top Gun Maverick where they're in the bar and everyone's giving out their call sign?
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, I'm just Bob."
Yeah.
Just like how he delivered it in the Thunderbolts. It was pretty funny.
That is funny.
I don't think that was intentional. I think that was a coincidence, but it was pretty funny.
That is funny. Yeah. What do you think about all the what's his character? So Bob's character, what is his
Sentry. Mm-hmm.
When the Sentry touches everybody, why does everybody get like their worst memory, or like their most shameful moment?
This is just my interpretation on how they portrayed it in the film. So the Sentry's arch enemy is the Void, which we saw again, huge spoilers because this brings it out. So is the Void, and the Void is the solid black Sentry that we saw in the film. So the Sentry's arch nemesis, the Void, they're not really one and the same, but that's how they made it look in this film. Basically, it's his other personality is what I believe it is in the film. And so when he touches people, so the Sentry just normally, part of his powers is that he can read like people's minds. He's telepathic, like a little bit, not like insane, like a lot of the other characters, like, Professor X or, people like that. And so what I think they're trying to say in the film, again, this is just my interpretation, is that when he's touching people, the reason why they go into the dark places, that's the Void trying to get out. And so when he touches people, that's the Void interacting with that character, not Sentry.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I got the personality thing, or I feel like they did a good job. Kind of the
same person, but they're in one. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the comic book, they're two different characters.
Oh, okay.
Two different people.
So they merged like two characters.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
But I thought it was interesting how they did it and how they approached it as a form of mental illness, basically. Like that's kind of what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Which who thought we were going to have a superhero movie about mental illness?
Not me.
Let alone from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? It's pretty wild, pretty wild.
It is
But
wild.
so the Century, so there are multiple characters. DC and Marvel have been battling for God almost 100 years. And so they tend to rip each other off all the freaking time. Sometimes successfully, sometimes unsuccessfully. The Sentry is actually a fairly new character. His debut was in, I think, 2004, something like that, in the comic book world. And he is basically a Superman ripoff. In the comic books, he has the power of 10,000 suns. And so, as we know, Superman is basically the power of like one sun. And so that's where he kind of comes from. And he's insanely powerful. He's one of the highest, most powerful heroes in all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or not cinematic, just Marvel Universe. And so it's hard to tell that story and try to convey on the silver screen how badass he really is. And they kind of changed a little bit about who he is and how his origins were and all that kind of stuff. But again, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and people need to understand this, especially if they're into the comics a lot. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is an interpretation of the Marvel comics. Their source material is from the comics, but they tend to play with it quite a bit versus trying to tell the actual story from the comics.
Ah, yes. Well, that was nicely put, man. Anyway, the Sentry in this movie is just, he seems like so awesomely powerful, but I thought they kind of addressed some of the stuff nicely, and the one thing was a little bit, I don't know, they didn't realize, like, what's her name? She has the Florentina.
Oh, Valentina
Valentina.
Fontaine.
Yeah. Valentina didn't realize that they had him in there and like he survived. Like you wonder how something like that would have happened. Like I realized that was where they like were hiding all their stuff, but like did they just think he was dead?
I think he was dead. Yeah, I think it was because if you noticed, he was in a capsule kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think he wasn't the only one that was in there. I think that he died in the capsule and they were just like, okay, well, leave him and let's get rid of it.
Oh, but when it got knocked open or whatever, because what happened? It was like during the battle, right? They were
they were fighting and battling, and I don't know if they knocked it over or if he just woke up or what, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Somebody was shooting something or whatever when they were fighting.
And that's a huge one to talk about too.
Oh yeah, that was a creative way of getting everybody to try and murder each other.
Yeah, well, and they successfully got rid of the fake joke of Taskmaster, which Taskmaster is a very, very beloved character in the comic books, and they did not do that character justice in Black Widow, and it was a very smart move to wipe Taskmaster out in this film. Well, I know you're out of this because you don't know what I'm talking about, but...
Well, I don't know who Taskmaster is.
That was the girl from Black Widow that got shot in the head.
Oh, okay.
When they were all fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So Taskmaster has one of the best powers out there, and the real Taskmaster never would have died that fast. But it was also a good catalyst for this team to bring this team together too.
Yeah, I like how there was like an incinerator.
Mm-hmm.
There were parts of the movie that were pretty entertaining, like and fun. It was a good MCU movie. So I don't, Matt, you were talking about how your opening was like, is this the movie to save it? What are your opinions? Do you think this is a movie that's gonna rise up like in the theaters or keep doing okay, or what do you think?
I think it'll just keep doing okay. I don't think it was as good as the critics say it is. I don't know why they're all gaga over it. I mean, it's good. It's decent. It's probably the best MCU film we've had this year, but it is not the best film of this phase. We had several wonderful Spider-Man films from this phase that blew this out of the water. But it's probably the best one this year. I'm cautiously optimistic for Fantastic Four. They did introduce that at the end of the film, and I think that's one of the best things about this film. Here, I guess I'll just go completely more off topic and really spoil the shit out of it, is the end closing scene about how they're not really the Thunderbolts, they're the new Avengers, which is why there's a little asterisk, because the actual Thunderbolts in the comic books, the reason why they're called the Thunderbolts is because they are all just like this anti-heroes or villains, but they are assembled and put together by Alex Thunderbolt Ross, which is Harrison Ford's character from the last movie.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And it's not Alex Ross.
very interesting.
I'm forgetting his character's name.
Oh, okay.
I'm
All
getting it
right.
mixed up with the actual artist that I like that's called Alex Ross.
Mhm.
But yes, so his nickname is Thunderbolt Thaddeus. It's Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. Sorry. And so his
Ah,
nickname is Thunderbolt.
Right.
So when he assembles a team of anti-heroes, much like Suicide Squad, they call them the Thunderbolts. And Red Hulk is the leader of the Thunderbolts. So that's why I was really hoping we were going to get that. And I alluded to that when we talked about the Captain America film, but obviously we did not get that. And that's where that asterisk comes from, is because that was the name of Florence Pugh's character's girls' soccer team.
Right.
So that is
Right.
not the Marvel Thunderbolts.
all right,
whatsoever.
all right, all right, all right.
So, that's
So
why they
you
have
did
the
explain it, Matt. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I think part of the reason the critics love this so much is it is dealing with mental health, and that's such a big topic of conversation these days. So I think that's part of the reason the critics are liking it.
I'm not saying that's bad. I like that they had that in the film, but I mean, it's cool, it's great, but I really wanted more humor, especially if you're going to call it the Thunderbolts. Like, I wanted more violence, I wanted more action, I wanted more humor. That's what I wanted.
Oh, well.
Well,
All
the
right.
Thunderbolts are very, very violent. I liked Sentry. I think what they did with Sentry was very good. I think diving into all the other characters just a little bit was decent. I would have liked more Bucky, of course. I love the Winter Soldier. But the star of the show, and she stole the film, of course, is Florence Pugh as White Widow. She's just an incredible actress across the board. And then I'd say Dave Harbour was probably next. Wyatt Russell, again, more Hollywood royalty as U.S. agent. Very good, but unless you watch the Falcon and Winter Soldier show, you're not going to know who the hell U.S. agent is and why he's the faux Captain America and the fallen Captain America and all that stuff. So
Right.
this is one of those ones where you can watch it on your own, but you really should have watched all the other stuff because it makes it a much better movie.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's true, I think.
Yeah, I think.
But it was still good. The stats were great. I mean, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I
Well,
think some of.
especially- Go ahead, Mike.
All right, I think some of the criticism of this movie is it has a bunch of characters that people aren't as familiar with, that aren't as popular. Besides, like the Winter Soldier or Bucky.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of, and a lot of them have the Disney series stuff. So it's like you've kind of got to be more tied into that to like know all the stuff. Like you're talking about the faux Captain America. Like he was Captain America for like a hot second and
Until
like,
he killed someone. Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Captain America can't do that.
yeah,
Captain America does not kill.
right.
In the comic books, he did, but not in the MCU.
Gotcha. So, anyway, I think there was some wondering of how this would do. Of course, Guardians of the Galaxy, which you mentioned earlier, was a bunch of offbeat characters, and they're like, there's no way this movie's going to do good. And then, of course, it did, gangbusters, but it was so well done, and that's just a different story.
And
Like-
that gives us hope for the new DC cinematic universe, right?
Right, dude. Isn't the new Superman the...
Comes out this summer. Yep. And I don't care, Mike. If you are off that week, I'm going and watching that shit. We will talk about something else, but I'm going to watch that. That's going to
yeah,
be me.
well, I got to do what I got to do, dude.
I know, but I'm still going to go see it. You'll just have to play catch up later.
Yep.
But Yeah, no. So that's one thing. Guardians of the Galaxy is definitely a bunch of C level, almost low B level characters. Thunderbolts is kind of the same thing. As far as the MCU is concerned, you really need to watch Black Widow before you watch this, and you need to watch Falcon and Winter Soldier if you want to really know what's going on. And watch those two things, and you're going to know more. But again, it's fine as a standalone. It's just not as good.
Yeah.
Because people know the big names, But
Yeah.
Okay, Mike. So why don't you tell us what we're watching next week?
All right, Matt. So, depending on if Ma gets this in her local theater, I don't. Matt mentioned there's going to be a few weeks where I can't make it to the theater. So I think I'm going to try and go to the theater a couple more times, and what that entails is I think we're going to a movie called Clown in the Cornfield.
Oh, Mike, and it was your local theater too, not just Ma Hinshaw's. I mean,
Yeah,
you worked at that theater when it first opened, Mike. And now it's over 20 years old.
Well, it wasn't quite first opened. I think it had been open for like a year, but it was newish.
Oh,
it was newish. Yeah. I did work there.
Can you talk to your other son and put him in his place, please?
Oh, hey, yeah. It's still a beautiful place, though, really. It hasn't aged real bad.
Yeah,
but they need to get the movies.
I would just hope they upgraded the chairs, because the chairs were recycled when it opened brand new.
They have not, and that is the other Michael, my nephew Hodges. He complains about the chairs all the time, and he thinks that whole theater needs to be torn down and redone. I said, dude, just be lucky you have a theater that's still open.
True.
Yeah. I remember being disappointed by the chairs in the beginning, because they were recycled from a Cinemark that closed somewhere. So they pulled them all out and put them in another theater that was new. I was like, well, I mean, this makes sense for the company, but us patrons get to deal with that. And now it's been many years. 25 years. It opened 2000-ish?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we're going to go see a theater movie of a movie I've not even seen a trailer for, but we'll go watch it. If not, we'll be doing something Netflixy or I don't know, something.
Yeah.
There's a new Nicolas Cage movie, but it came out 2 weeks ago or last week. It's called The Surfer. Maybe I don't even think Ma has that down there. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll
watch something.
Yeah, but Matt, one thing we should say about Clown in the Cornfield is it's by the guy who did Tucker and Dale versus Evil, which was awesome.
Well, and Ma Hinshaw absolutely loves horror movies, which I don't understand. I know you love horror movies too, Mike. I mean, my sweet 83-year-old mother loves horror movies. Ma, what's wrong with you?
Hey, I'm not 83 yet.
I know
there's a few weeks left.
I know what's wrong with me. You raised me.
Well, that's it.
That's it.
I got used to swords and, no, I better not say anything.
What are you going to say? What are you going to say? Go ahead. Let's go. Bring it out. Put it on the table, you old bat.
Well, you had a ninja sword once. I don't know what happened to it, but yeah,
have a ninja sword. I had a machete, and you freaking took it away, and you hit it, and it's
I probably forgot where I put it.
That house.
It's probably in the garage room, dude.
No, heck no!
No, that has been completely tore out, man.
No way! I haven't been in a long time.
Yeah, the house has been completely remodeled, Mike. You will not recognize it, other than the outside. Because it hasn't been remodeled. It looks like crap.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know the next time I'm going to be in Sierra Vista, but one of these days.
I still want my machete back, Ma.
Oh, ironically, my work might take me out there one day, which is weird.
Oh, that is ironic.
I think you should go and just be like, hey, we're going to stay at Ma Hinshaw's house. And just take all your work buddies over.
Hey, we got 2 bedrooms redone.
And then drive them by. Be like, this is the old hood. This is where I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we'll drive around for about 5 minutes, and I'll show them everything there is to see, and then we'll be good.
Then you can go back to Phoenix. All right, fine. We'll stop dicking around. Mike, how many reels do you give Thunderbolts?
I'm going to give Thunderbolts 4 out of 5 reels.
Wow, 4 out of 5. Mike really liked it. Ma, can you believe that?
Gosh, yeah, I couldn't believe that. I was debating between 3.5 and 4, but I decided on 3.5 because at the beginning it's a little slow, and so that's why I gave it 3.5. But 3.5 cookies for Mom.
3.5 murder cookies?
Okay, yeah.
What are murder cookies?
I have no idea. With strawberry jelly oozing everywhere.
No, they're full of crow.
They're full of crow.
Oh,
Wow.
gee.
Because a group of crows is a murder.
Yep.
Oh.
So crow cookies.
Oh, golly. Okay.
All right. Well, I give Thunderbolt 3.5. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was great. Just like Ma Hinch, I thought it was a little slow in the beginning, but I liked a lot of it. I definitely think it is a do not miss in the theaters, especially if you are attached to the Marvel Cinematic Universe like we are. So go check it out. Go watch it in the theaters. Support your theaters. And make sure and buy things at the snack shop, even if it's a soda or a popcorn or whatever, because that's where the theaters really actually need it. Not so much the movie ticket, because they really don't get much from that, as we've discussed in the past, if you are an avid listener of our podcast. So there you go. Go to the theaters, please. We want to keep them open. Why don't you?
We do.
Yeah, let's keep them open.
All right. Well, I don't have anything else to add about Thunderbolts hashtag asterisk. I don't know why I said hashtag asterisk. Thunderbolts, not the real Thunderbolts, but Thunderbolts. Anyways, yeah, I'm done. Ma
That
Hinshaw.
All right.
Yes, my son.
Well, I was going to say, do you have anything last minute thoughts before Mike ends it? Because, Mike's going to end it. Okay, fine. You know what? I'll just throw it out there. So not Mike. So Ma, you have Barry as your son. Mike is your son. I'm your son. Did you know you have 3 sons?
Oh, I think it's great. I love that.
And why is it that I'm your biological son and I'm the one you don't want?
I do too. You cut that out. I love you to pieces. Yes.
I think it goes Barry because he gives you free food, Mike because he's smart and an engineer like you always wanted, and then me because you're stuck with me.
Hey, no. I'm happy to have you. You're
Clearly
the best
she's had
son.
Way too many margaritas, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Do you hear that, Matt? You're the best son.
Oh,
No, I did not, because she's lying.
no, I don't do that.
Mhm. Whatever, Ma Hinshaw. Whatever.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm done. Ma, are you done?
I'm finished. Yes.
Mike?
I'm finished. So I'll take everybody out of here. So thanks for listening, everybody, and make sure to follow us on the pod, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, X, and we'll catch you on the next pod. Hopefully it's Clown in a Cornfield, which is a totally weird name, but it'll be fun.
And if not, Ma Hinshaw just won't get to be here, and she'll just sit here and not talk like she does all the time.
You're right. Bye.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.